I slept in the doorway of that United Way over on Commerce Street for a whole lot of years. And every morning for all that time, a lady who worked there brought me a sandwich. I never knowed her name, and she never knowed mine. I wish I could thank her. Funny though, that United Way building was right next door to a church, and for all them years, nobody at that church ever looked my way. I had been sleeping there for a long time when the Fort Worth police put up a no loitering signs all over the place and made me have to move my sleeping spot. I found out later some rich white folks was revitalizing downtown. Raggedy black fellas sleeping on the sidewalks wasn't part of the plan.
One day, Deborah and I were down at the Union Gospel Mission in Fort Worth, Texas, and we were about to serve lunch, and folks were getting into the line. And then all of a sudden, we heard this commotion. I mean, it sounded like a war had started. And I whipped around and saw about 20 people scatter as a huge, angry black man hurled a chair across the dining hall floor. "I'm gonna kill whoever done it," he screamed. "I'm gonna kill whoever stole my shoes." And then he sprayed the air with a volley of curses and advanced into the crowd, roundhousing his fist at anyone stupid enough to get in his way. It looked for all the world like a gangland brawl was about to explode right there at the chapel door. And as I scanned the room for mission personnel to save the day, Deborah leaned in and whispered excitedly in my ear, "That's him." And I said, "Say what? What are you talking about?" "That's the man I saw in my dream. That's the one who's going to change the city. That's him." I turned and looked at Deborah as though she had truly gone over the edge. Across the room, a group of mission workers burst in and began pouring soothing words on the raging man's temper. Grudgingly, he allowed himself to be led away. "That's him," Deborah said again, eyes just sparkling. "I think you should make friends with him." But, me? Did you happen to notice that man? You want me to make friends? He just threatened to kill 20 people, honey. She laid her hand on my shoulder and tilted her head with a smile. "I really think God's laid it on my heart that you need to reach out to him."
Things was going along fine in the mission till some white couple started serving in the dining hall on Tuesdays every week. In the serving line, she smiled at me real big and asked me my name and how I was doing, attacking me for no particular reason. I did my best to stay completely out of her way. I didn't tell her my name was Denver neither, but some fool blowed my cover. After that, the woman would come over and corner me, poke a skinny finger in my face and tell me I wasn't no bad fella. "Denver, God has a calling on your life," she'd say. I told her several times not to be messing with me because I was a mean man. "You are not a mean man, and I don't ever want to hear you say that," she'd say. But no matter how mean and how bad I tried to be at the mission, I couldn't shake that woman loose. Let me tell you what homeless people think about folks that help homeless people. When you're homeless, you wonder why certain volunteers do what they do. What do they want? Everybody wants something. For instance, when that couple come to the mission, I thought the man looked like the law, the way he dressed. the way he acted, too high class. His wife, too, at first. The way she acted, the way she treated people. She just looked too sophisticated. Wasn't the way she dressed. It was something about the way she carried herself. And both of them was asking way too many questions. While everybody else was falling in love with him, I was what you call skeptical. I was thinking no evil now. It was just that they didn't look like the types to come and mess with homeless. People like that may not feel it within themselves that they're better than you, but when you the one that's homeless, you feel like they're better than you. But these folks was different.
My hair had grown an inch. I sensed he wasn't through talking, but I wasn't sure what else to say. And finally, he asked me a pointed question. What you want from me? A direct hit, I thought. And I decided to give him a completely unvarnished answer. I just want to be your friend. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm Daniel Butler. And this is Barry Scott. And we did this audio book. And that's what this was from. But we feel kind of silly because sitting right here staring at me is Mr. Ron Hall. Would you please give a huge Nashville welcome to Ron Hall?